The Bengals score. They tie the game on extra point. They get a penalty. Pittsburgh gets a penalty. So Zac Taylor decides we'll take a point off the board
Why
and
would
we'll go for two.
oh, let's start there. Let's go piece by piece here. Why are we taking the point off the board? Why are we taking the point off the board? You can move it up an extra yard closer to the goal line, but come on. You've tied the game. Let's take the tie. Like, it's early in the game. We're not chasing points in the first
First
quarter.
quarter.
It's
It's
the
first
first
quarter.
quarter. Take the point that's on the board, and especially when you run some stupid play that you ran on the 2-point conversion that went
Look,
absolutely nowhere, and
that
then all of a sudden you're losing the game
that's
because
the
you're an
issue.
idiot.
That's the issue. Like, I really don't have a
I do.
problem with going for it.
I have a problem with it.
Like, if you got to think that you can get a yard.
Nope. Not this. Nope. Nope.
But I mean, I also understand because they have, but you take a point off and then it's 6-7 the almost the entire first half until the last drive of the second quarter where the Bengals have 2 roughing the passer penalties and a 30-yard gain. And they end up stopping them
They
again
did.
inside the 10 and hold them to a field goal. They only allowed 10 points in the first half. The Bengals defense.
They did.
They held them to 2 of 7 on third down in the first half and forced 3 consecutive punts. The Bengals defense and the offense couldn't do anything. Play complimentary football.
The offense, I mean, the first drive of the game for the offense was actually really, really good. They were running the ball. Chase Brown would look like he was going to run all over Pittsburgh in that game off that first drive. Joe Flacco had that nice down the sideline pass to T. Higgins for a touchdown. And then it looked like we were going to be off and rolling like we just were against Pittsburgh 3-4 weeks ago. And then came all to a screeching halt.
Yeah. I mean, the Bengals didn't do anything in the second half. Joe Flacco threw a pick 6.
Yeah, fumble
Another fumble 6.
6. We don't tackle anybody. Geno Stone just needs to be cut tomorrow. I mean, if he's active for the rest of the season, why?
Look,
Healthy and active. He should be.
I don't have. Look, I could fake my way through coaching baseball. I could fake my way through coaching basketball. Admittedly, I could not coach football. Like, I could not. But when it's that evident,
Now, when you say coach football, like you're saying you can't coach the techniques of tackling and the technique,
yes.
or you can make decisions on, okay, you suck, you're not playing.
Well,
Like,
I
that's
can
pretty
do
easy.
that, but I don't
You can do
understand
that.
like I all the formations and all that. Like, I don't know
that's
enough
fine.
about it to where I could coach.
But
And I admit that.
you know when a player is playing well and when a player sucks.
But when I see Barrett Carter in space, I'm like, all right, well, we're not getting a stop. When I see Geno Stone and he has to make a tackle and he was like, oh, he's going to bounce off of him and he has no chance.
He doesn't even try. He just throws his body at a guy. Doesn't use his arms. Doesn't try to wrap up anything. He just tries to throw his body at somebody, and then he just hits the ground, and the runner just keeps running. It's just an embarrassment that Geno Stone is an NFL player.
Well, and like you asked him to take a pay cut in the offseason because he wasn't what you thought he was when you signed him. And instead of cutting him, you ask him to take a pay cut, and then you're like, oh, but you'll still play every single snap.
He needs
Gave
to
up
be
27 points. They've given up 27 points in 9 straight games. Ties an NFL record. The Chargers also did that in 2020. That date backs to 1920. Dates back over 100 years. So they've allowed 14 points in the fourth quarter in 5 straight games. That is an NFL record. The 84 points allowed in the fourth quarter over the last 5 games ties an NFL record. They converted a 3rd and 17 and I think 3rd and 11s.
Oh yeah, 3rd and long was the theme of yesterday. You get the Pittsburgh Steelers into 3rd and over 10, and it was almost an automatic first down on the next.
And it was just little screen passes too.
Oh, that was it. All they had to do was just tackle somebody, and they couldn't do it.
The NFL average on 3rd and 10s is 19%. The Bengals are last in the NFL coming into the game at 30%. They had allowed 6 of 20 3rd and 10 conversions on the season. On Sunday, they allowed 3 alone, which is tied for the most this year. They suck.
I mean, in at halftime, like you said, you get the ball to start the second half. You're down 10-6. Aaron Rodgers is out of the game, so you're facing Mason Rudolph. You're thinking, we might be able to do something here. And it was just an absolute opposite. They just butt whooped us on both sides of the ball and just boat raced us in the second half.
Yeah.
Then you're the Zac Taylor apologist. You just love Zac Taylor, which to me makes
never said
no
I love
sense.
him. Like,
yes, you do. You're a love fest with Zac Taylor, which makes no sense. The man on 4th and 1 from midfield when you're down 2 touchdowns Everybody knows you're not going to punt the ball. You get up under center and you try to draw them off sides and waste the timeout. What are you doing right there? Run the play. You want to try to draw them off, that's fine, but you don't burn the timeout. What you do is you run the play, you sneak it, you get the first down.
Yeah,
Absolutely inexcusable. And then coming out of a first
and they
down.
got lucky on that. They got lucky there.
Well, then coming out, then you had to burn it. Then right after that, you burned another timeout because you couldn't get the play call in because the play clock was running down to 1. And then you take a delay a game after a first down.
No, I mean,
That's your head coach. That's your guy.
I'd fire him.
Thank you.
I'd fire him. I'd fire Duke. I'd fire Zac Taylor, and I'd fire Al Golden.
Glad you finally came around.
I mean, you have to.
Yes,
You have to.
There's no doubt. But will they?
I don't know.
In your opinion, I want you to look at your little crystal ball. You got a little magic 8 ball over there. I want you to shake it up real nice and good real quick and look into that future. And what do the Bengals look like next year with those 3? Is Duke Tobin here? Is Zac Taylor here? And is Al Golden here next year?
Well, I'll rank them. Who's most likely to be there? I think Duke Tobin's most likely to be there because he's been there since 1999.
Insane. Absolutely insane.
I mean, he's the first one that I would fire.
Absolutely.
So I'll give you 2 rankings. I'll give who's most likely, and I'll give you who I would.
Okay.
Duke Tobin is the first I would fire,
Yes.
and he's the most likely to still be there.
Yes.
Zac Taylor and Al Golden are a package deal because Zac just hired him from Notre Dame. So, I mean, neither one of them can be understaffed next year. Neither one of them. Like, you have to start fresh. You keep DJ Turner. You maybe keep Demetrius Knight just because he's a rookie, but there's not many other pieces on that defense that you bring back next year. And you start completely over. Your offense is completely set. You don't have to do anything on offense.
No, I agree with that.
You don't have to touch it. Everybody is back. And I hate that we're doing this in week 11, but yeah, you have to start completely fresh on defense.